Welcome to the Scorpio reading for June 2022. This month I am doing readings about love, opportunities for generating love of all types. This would be relationships with potential spouses, family members, people in general, things that you want to do for a living, things that excite you and make you feel passionate about life, that kind of love. So what I am going to do is cut the cards and begin. What is at the heart of the matter for Scorpio in June 2022? This is a card of a stable, happy home. This is Ten of Pentacles. So you're interested in a well-rounded and grounded and stable and loving family and home life. And that is really top in your priority right now. At the base of the reading, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is news that is coming, and it's typically something that's coming quickly. So maybe you are hoping to get some news about your situation. So let's see what is crossing the Ten of Pentacles for Scorpio. What energy is crossing this? This can be something that is either in conflict with or is a complement to the main heart of the matter. What is crossing the Ten of Pentacles? Okay, show me the card. What's crossing? It's this card. There is some kind of situation. And the situation is something that is possibly deceitful. This is sometimes someone who has lied to you, and this is also sometimes something that you're lying to yourself about. And I don't mean this in a negative sense necessarily. It's just something that you've not really looked at from a point of view. It may be a skewed point of view. When we lie to ourselves, we usually do it with good motives. So let's see what's going on here. What's the root cause here? We'll get into it a little bit deeper. What is causing this situation? For Scorpio. What is at the base? What is the underlying energy? What is the underlying energy, please? What is the underlying energy for Scorpio? Okay, show me. Okay. The Page of Rods. Now, the Page of Wands energy is youthful energy. It's creative energy. The person is really energetic and they have a lot of ideas. This could be a restlessness around you, or it could be some young person. And so perhaps there is a young person around you who's not been truthful with you, and this is causing you some concerns. This doesn't have to be another person. It could be part of yourself. You could be it could be someone with ideas. It's imagination and it's ideas. So someone imaginative around you. But there's some dynamic here that is not quite sitting well with you. So let's see what has happened in the recent past that might give us some insights. What's in the recent past? This is a situation that is probably ending, energy that is passing out. So this is Judgment. So something to do with redemption. Judgment is also sometimes a rebirth. In this way, it's a different way of looking at things, and that's what I'm getting in this intuitively. Something is passing on. Something is ending here, and it may be to do with a deception. Now, a judgment, I have to think about this a little bit. So this can be intuition. It can also be your inner critic. And I think that this inner critic is the way that I'm going with this. I think that this is an aspect of you, and this is an aspect of yourself that I believe you cannot accept. So that may be the case for some, Scorpio. For others, it's definitely a time of redemption. If something has happened, you might have forgiven yourself about it. Perhaps you thought you had forgiven yourself, but you really kind of tricked yourself into believing it. So I feel a sense of not shame, but a sense of feeling guilty about something. And I'm thinking that you're having a struggle coming to terms with what it is that you're feeling about it. So let's see what is coming into Scorpio's consciousness right now. This is, I believe, turning into a reading about Scorpio being able to love themselves unconditionally. It could well be. It could be that. It could be also someone around you. It is possibly a family member. And it could be that the deception by this family member, who could be a youthful person, has really got you upset. So we'll see a little bit further in the reading what we get. But coming into your consciousness, Scorpio, in June, is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting because it is a material world, and you have been working very hard on something. This Nine of Wands is below this, and interestingly enough, the Nine of Swords is also there. So something has been causing you anxiety. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is typically examining something that you are trying to achieve. The metaphor in the card is about pruning or tending to a crop and being a little bit disappointed in how it is turning out. The thing that you can do, and that's the activity that is in it, that is implied in it, is that you can do things to examine what is taking place, what your plans are, what it is you're trying to achieve, and determining which of those things you don't need to do, or that don't advance what it is that you're trying to do. Now, with respect to this situation, something is upsetting your happy home, and I think you're thinking of cutting out certain things, of eliminating certain things. And this can be resources or the energy that you give to something, as well as it can be money or it can be love. So something is making you rethink things that are going on, but you are experiencing some anxiety about it. And it could well be something to do with the material realm, which could be a job or a project or plans you have together with someone. So let's see what is coming into the near future for Scorpio. I get a sense of disappointment here, and perhaps, again, I'm getting a feeling of you might be feeling a little guilty about something, and disappointment, guilt and disappointment. And that really points inward to Scorpio. So I think that there's a very good chance that you may be being a little bit too hard on yourself in a situation. So let's see what comes up in the near future. This card wants to come out. I think you are working, again, this really points to your relationship with your emotions. And this could be a partnership, and this can say that the situation here might be related to a partner that you have, or someone that you feel you care very, very deeply for. But what is happening is things are turning so that you're getting a new perspective, this judgment, you're getting a new start. There's this redemption, forgiveness, and while you're thinking, you're reevaluating your life. And what's coming up in the near future is a coming together of the Two of Cups, and that is a compassion with another individual. And again, this can be compassion towards yourself, parts of yourself that you do not like. If this energy is part of your character, if this is something that you don't like about yourself, possibly impulsiveness, possibly being extremely, I can't quite see how that would be. But if this is someone else, this energy tells me that there is forgiveness. There's a cycle of forgiveness, and you're reevaluating things. Again, the center is something that has upset a bit the situation that you really are interested in, the happy, stable home. So let's see let's see what is here. Oh, you are definitely going deep inside, because we have the Hermit card here. You're looking for your inner truths. You are really doing some soul searching. And I feel like you might be thinking in terms of what you thought was intuition about a situation was colored by something other than what it actually was. So something deep from your past, possibly, that you never forgave someone for, has come back in the form of this energy right here being looked at as deceitful. If that makes sense to you, let me know. So let's see why, with this in mind, what is your energy right now? What is Scorpio's energy? I think you've started over. This really does look like, because this is a card of Aries. I think what you've done is you might have cleared the slates. You might have said, okay, I got this wrong, so let's start over. And the energy that you're approaching this with is pure and innocent, and the Fool energy. This is the starting point of the tarot. This is where you're going to be willing to go out and try to do anything, and you've completely blown away all of your preconceived notions. This is you looking at the world in a new way, which is beautiful. Let's see what's at the base. And strength here. So it takes great strength to say, this way is not working. I have looked at everything that I am doing, and the thing that's important to me is this relationship with A, myself, and B, with others around me. So you've started over again, and it's taking great strength to do so. So let's see what your environment is. What is the environment around Scorpio? There has been heartbreak. That seems to be what the situation did. That is why you have been anxious. That is why you have felt this way. And who broke your heart? Was it you, or was it the realization that the situation made you come to, the conclusion that the situation came to? We don't know for sure. You will know. Here, it's telling me that it was something about a conflict. So this can be fighting. This can be jealousy and strife, and people who are working against each other to all gain the same prize. Only one of them will get the prize. Only one of them will be able to do that, because they're working at cross purposes and they're competing with one another. And if we use this as a metaphor of internal searching, there are energies within you, Scorpio, that have been combating, vying for your attention, things that are trying to win. Sometimes that is ego. And sometimes these things you have to say, what is important? What is important to me? What can I do? And I think you had an epiphany at some point that this is potentially self-deception, and your priorities or something like that. Something has been askew for a long time, and this is where you want to be. You are working through a heartbreak, and sometimes this card can be a serious hurt. Sometimes it can be a minor slight, but it's an atmosphere that you're not afraid to examine what it is, your reactions to things, the things that make you stop and say, this feels bad. So this is, with the Hermit, you're going to be examining those difficult energies, those difficult emotions, and looking for things that might have caused you to act in ways that you were lying to yourself about. This is one way to look at it, but this is the one that is coming to the fore in my intuition. That this is Scorpio looking at themselves and seeing things about themselves that they really are not sure whether they like or are serving them well. And in some cases, these things are ending in heartbreak for you. So let's look at what is Scorpio hoping for? What is Scorpio hoping for in the situation? There's a couple of cards here. There's 3 cards, so I will take these in order. You are looking and hoping for emotional insights that only the King of Cups can provide. That is a deeply emotionally mature individual, a powerful, compassionate, and wise leader. The energy is a fatherly energy. It does not matter, the idea of a wise father, a compassionate father. It's a masculine energy, but it's not a masculine trait. It's that card feels to me like a fatherly energy, a good father. And I think that the idea, this is your ideal. This is your ideal. This is what you're hoping for, being able to look at things fairly and compassionately and make the kind of decisions that really are good. Now, these two cards, the outcome, the Knight of Rods. Now, the Knight of Wands is a card for Sagittarius. And the Knight of Wands might be someone around you, a Sagittarius, or it could be your Sagittarius energy, but that is going to come to the fore. And that energy is creative. It can be slightly impulsive. It's a bit more reckless than Scorpio might otherwise be. Things need to be orderly for you, but you also have the Magician. So you're moving in a creative direction. And what you're going to be able to do is manifest. This is a card of Gemini. So the King of Cups. Let me think about this just a little bit more. It's a balance, because this is often uncontrolled, and the King of Cups is controlled. It's emotional control. But the Knight of Wands harnesses creative energy and moves it forward in magical ways. And so the Magician, I think that some of you are working in two realms. You're trying to balance that which wants to be impulsive and creative, and that which wants to be in control of their emotions. And I think sometimes that is where when we and look at what's underneath this is the King of Wands. So we are moving through this creative cycle into the King level, and the King of Swords is here. And so I think what you're doing is you are looking to get the creative and the emotional world that you are currently a bit anxious about, working in those two worlds. And with the Magician energy here, you are going to be able to manifest, because you'll be working in all four of the realms, the earth, air, fire, and water, and be able to harness that. And this examining the things that have caused heartbreak for you, you will be able to turn those into something that really is helpful and healing. And you're walking away from things. And I could feel this card in the background, in this World card. I'll start with this, the World card. Judgment card and the World card. This is definitely a new cycle. You have this home. You have had this situation where you felt deceived, or might have been realized that you were deceiving yourself. And you're looking in ways to heal and move and make something different and new. And in these two cards right here could be individuals around you. So this is an air sign. This can be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. This is Gemini energy. So someone around you may be a Gemini, and someone around you may also be a Leo, and that's the Leo strength. And we saw that strength here in one of the cards underneath. What you need to realize is that you've worked through the anxiety, because your anxiety was based on this card right here, which is at a new cycle. You were anxious. You felt trapped. You did not know what you were going to do next. And you realize that this is not a card of being actually trapped. It is a card that is being trapped in your head, overthinking things. And that is the cause of that anxiety. And so once you figured that out, you were able to walk away from those emotions and those things that no longer serve you. You have done already some deep emotional work And that has the Eight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles are showing me that you are evaluating things in your life and the value that they give you and deciding what's important to you. And you have come out with this as being the important thing, this compassionate relationship with yourself and with other people, because that is really necessary for this Ten of Pentacles. And these two cards, I believe, are support around you. Again, this is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, and this is Leo, and this could also be a fire sign. It could be an Aries, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo around you. So you are bringing together all of the different elements, either with people around you, or these things are elements in their strong elements, because it's king level energy, and you're bringing those into a state where you can manifest what you desire. So if you're wanting to manifest this compassionate relationship and this emotional maturity and this creative energy that is able to manifest what it is that you want to do with your future, I think that is a state that you have done a lot of work here, and it looks very interesting, and I really wonder what you think of this situation. What do you resonate with here in this reading? I think it's a beautiful reading. There is some tough work that you have done, and there is more work that you need to do, because you need to come to understand the things that have been causing you heartache and why, and how those relate to that trip into your internal world of your emotions. And that what the potential here is whatever you make it. And with that, I will leave it there. Thank you very much.